A very good morning to our lecturer Puan Hazlina binti Hassan. Today we are going to present case study 1. My group member Adishakti, Ranjita and myself Pravina Nair. So our first question is, Isa is fresh graduate in Diploma in Information Technology from Polytechnic Balik Pulau and want to set up a business of software development. Help Isa to identify characteristics of business ownership which is sole proprietorship. And the first characteristic of sole proprietorship is easy setup. Have freedom in decision making. And next is unlimited liability. The proprietor is personally liable for all the debts of the business. In case the assets are insufficient to meet its debates, the personal property of the proprietor can be attached. And the last characteristic of sole proprietorship is no profit sharing. The sole proprietor alone is entitled to all profits and losses of business. She or he bears the complete risk and there is nobody to share the profits and losses. Next is partnership. The first characteristic of partnership is unlimited liability. Partners may be called on to use their personal assets to satisfy partnership debts when the partnership cannot meet its obligations. If one partner does not have sufficient asset to meet his or her share of the partnership's debt, the other partner can be held individually liable by the creditor requiring payment. Next is sharing of profits. The profit is distributed among the partners according to agreed proportion. And the last is number of partners. The minimum number of partners must be 2. Next, limited liability partnership. Separate entity. Owners and businesses are two different parties, have the right to sue, be sued, acquire and dispose of property. Limited liability protection. All partners have limited liability as far as the capital is invested and does not involve the personal property of the owner. And the last characteristic of limited liability partnership is unlimited life. Any changes that occur do not affect the existence of LLP liability rights, can be continued if one of the partners dies and goes bankrupt. Next is private limited company. The first characteristic of private limited company. The first characteristic of private assets are protected as they are not liable for debts and losses of the company. Capital. The raised capital is bank loan. And the last characteristic of private limited company is shareholders. Shareholders are a company's owner. They have the potential to profit if the company does well, but that comes with the potential to lose if the company does poorly. And the last is public limited company. Limited liability. The liability of shareholders is limited to the extent of the shares owned by them. The shareholders are not liable personally in case of losses or debts suffered by the company. Capital. Increased ability to raise capital since they can issue shares to public through stock market. Next is board of directors. Public limited companies are headed by a board of directors that act as the representatives of the shareholders in the management of the company. And the last characteristic of the public limited company is lifespan. Death of one of its shareholders not affected the company, but her or his shares are transferred to the next of family members and the company continues to run its business as usual. The second question is give one suggestion which types of business ownership suitable for Isa to start her business and give a reason. Sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship is suitable for Isa to start her business because sole proprietorship type of business that is owned and run by one individual and also there is no legal distinction between the owner and the business. Every asset and all debts of the business is owned by Isa. A sole proprietor also may use a trade name or business name other than her legal name. Thank you.
The third question is Isa need a assistant business support system to run her business. Help Isa to identify two institution business support system and explain types of assistance that will provide. The first one is financial institutions. Financial institutions are businesses that provide different types of financial services to customers. They use the funds that customers provide and distribute funds to individuals and businesses who need them. Financial institutions include banks, credit unions, and asset management firms. These institutions are responsible for distributing financial resources in a planned way to the potential users. Examples of financial institutions include retail and commercial banks, investment banks, insurance companies, finance companies, unions, brokerage firms, and savings and loan institutions. MIDA. MIDA is the government principal agency for the promotion of the manufacturing and services sectors in Malaysia. MIDA assists companies which is instant to invest in the manufacturing and services sectors as well as facilities in the implementation of their projects. The wide range of services provided by MIDA include providing information on the opportunities for investments as well as facilitating companies which are looking for joint venture partners. The main functions of MIDA is to promote foreign and local investment in the manufacturing and services sectors, to undertake planning of industrial development in Malaysia, and to recommend policies and strategies on industrial promotion and development to the Minister of International Trade and Industry. The second one is technology or technical assistance. To increase the technical knowledge available among the entrepreneurs to attend the education provided. Entrepreneurs can learn about the latest technology, especially in the areas of manufacturing and management, usually served by skilled staff and trained to use modern tools from within and outside the country. The transfer of modern technology is very important in order to create a culture of effectiveness in line with national economic development. SIRIM. SIRIM Berhad, formerly known as the Standard and Industrial Research Institute of Malaysia, which is SIRIM, is a corporate organization owned wholly by the Malaysian government under the Minister of Finance Incorporated. It has been entrusted by Malaysian government to be the national organization for standards and quality and as a promoter of the technological excellence in the Malaysian industry. The functions of SIRIM is to promote and undertake scientific research, to boost industry efficiency and development, to provide technology transfer and consultant services, to develop Malaysian standards and to promote standardization and quality assurance for greater competitiveness. And the last one is to extend public and industrial welfare and safety.
Now for the first question. Give three examples of assets, liability, owner equity, expenses, and revenue for her business. The first is asset. Asset is a resource or a property that is owned by the business which provide future economics benefits. The example for assets for Isa in a business in a software development are the first is the current assets, which are cash, checks. Second is the fixed asset, which is office equipment and property. Third is the tangible asset, which is cash and stock. And the fourth is intangible asset, which is computer software and licenses. Second are liabilities. A liability is a present of obligation of the enterprise arising from past events, the settlement of which expected to result in an outflow from the enterprise of resources embodying economic benefit. The example of liabilities for Isa in her business of software development are first, the current liabilities which are bill payables and account payables. Second will be the non-current liabilities which are the long-term loans and the long-term borrowings. The third is owner equity. Owner equity is a proportion of total value of asset of the company, which can be claimed by the owners. It's a figure that arrives the liabilities are deducted from the value of total assets. So the example of owner equity for ISA in her business of software development are capital, net profit, and cash withdrawals. Next are the expenses. Expenses are the way of uh, outgoing of all flow in our business. So the example for expenses for Isa in her business in her software development is bills, taxes, and advertising. Lastly, revenue. Revenue is a total amount of income generated from the sale or services of the company's primary proportions. So the example of revenue for Isa in her business of software development are sales of product, sales of services, and receive payment from the debtor.
The last question is, help Isa to identify two types of marketing used to promote her business and give her justification. The first one is Facebook. Facebook can be used for sharing information relating to the business. It is very easy to create a business page on the social network. People have to enter some useful information regarding their business. Users can be interactive on Facebook. Sharing photos and video concerning the business become very simple on this social media platform. A website is a little professional and owners find it difficult to personalize them. Providing customer support is also easy via Facebook. The business can respond quickly to queries and resolve problems faster as well. The second one is Instagram. Instagram has high engagement rate. Instagram can also give a high engagement rate to your contents due to its large number of effective users. In fact, Instagram has the most engaged users compared to other social media platforms. Instagram can increase your reach. Your posts on Instagram will remain there forever as long as you are not removing them. That's why your old posts can still give you a handful of engagement. However, you need to hashtag if you want to happens. Instagram gives visual representation of your business. Instagram is the best platform for visually promoting your brands or products. With that saying, posting eye-catching photos of your products can increase your sales. Thank you.